We're covering a developing story in Levy County tonight. A manhunt is underway after a deadly shooting at a boat factory in Williston this morning resulted in the death of a mother of two.
Authorities are looking for the suspected gunman, 31-year-old Jonathan Sager, who they believe has left the county. Officers have issued a warrant for premeditated murder against the victim. TV 20's Taylor Burr spoke with family members who say Sager threatened the victim before the shooting.
I'm feeling very sad and about my mom because I very miss her and I wish she was here.
Family members have identified the victim as 30-year-old Ariel Griffin. She was the mother of two. According to the Williston Police Department, Jonathan Sager shot Griffin, who is the father of her youngest child, at Monterey Boats on North Main Street. Levy County Sheriff deputies say this weekend they had responded to two domestic disputes involving Sager and Griffin.
She was afraid to go home because he had made threats yesterday not to go home, not to have your daughter there because it was going to be bad. He premeditatedly planned to kill her.
The victim's family says Griffin tried to call law enforcement regarding Sager.
It's been an ongoing thing over the weekend. Levy County was notified yesterday when he went into our house yesterday morning with a knife. He was seen coming into my neighborhood yesterday. We contacted the police department, told them that he was in our neighborhood.
Officials with Levy County Sheriff's Office say a warrant for Sager's arrest was issued on Sunday after he entered Griffin's home and assaulted her new boyfriend. In a statement, LCSO deputies say they tried to find Sager to arrest him, but they could not locate him before the shooting. Sager was seen leaving the area in a Chevrolet pickup truck. Reporting in Williston, Taylor Burr, TV 20 News.